This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and in case you didn't know, the former governor of the Bank of Canada, Mark Carney, is expected any minute now to officially announce his bid for the leadership of the Liberal Party, and in fact to become the next de facto Prime Minister. In fact, he alluded to this just recently on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, suggesting that he is coming at this as an outsider. Listen to this.
A wild hypothetical. Let's say the candidate wasn't part of the government. Let's say the candidate did have a lot of economic experience. Let's say the candidate did deal with crises. Let's say the candidate had a plan to deal with the challenges in the here and now.
Sneaky, you're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
I am an outsider, he says. You sneaky bugger. Of course, this man is far from being anything like an outsider. He is the elite of the elite. He, of course, is a stooge of the World Economic Forum. He's a frequent visitor to the Bilderberg meeting, the very secretive Bilderberg meeting. And in fact, he doesn't just attend. It turns out Mark Carney is in fact on the steering committee of the Bilderberg. So this is the inner circle of the inner circle that this man is involved with here. Of course, you wouldn't know that if you looked at his Wikipedia page, which just claims he's only been here for just a few years. Now, you've also got Chrystia Freeland looking to announce her bid for the leadership and the next de facto prime minister, who is also a stooge of the World Economic Forum. She has also secretly met with the powers that ought not be, the Bilderberg Group, as I confirmed on video. So we are now being led to believe that these two here are the two options that are being put up against each other for the position of Prime Minister of Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, your options are Bilderberg or Bilderberg, WEF or WEF. And as I said here, if you don't think they're all connected, did you not know that Mark Carney is literally the godfather of one of Chrystia Freeland's kids? As I posted here, true story. I'll show you a video of Chrystia Freeland admitting to just that herself. And you have to ask yourself, why is Mark Carney trying to now distance himself so much, saying he's not friends with Ghislaine Maxwell, the jailed ex-girlfriend of the late Jeffrey Epstein, who's now serving 20 years in prison on convictions of sex trafficking? They look pretty chummy to me. What do you guys think? And perhaps the craziest part of all of this, guys, is in this video here where I did a deep dive into the Bilderberg participants list way back in May of 2024, I told you exactly what's going to be happening and what's happening right now. And I'm not one to often make, predictions, but when my gut feeling instincts are overwhelming, I can't help myself. And I did exactly that 8 months ago in this video here, telling you that Chrystia Freeland and Mark Carney are going to be the Bilderberg's picks for the next Prime Minister of Canada. Check it out.
In case you didn't know, Mark Carney was the governor of the Bank of Canada from 2008 to 2013. And he was also the governor of the Bank of England from 2013 to 2020. It seems that his next venture in life may be politics, as he seems to be looking for the position of Prime Minister of Canada, if, of course, these guys are going to allow it. Stephen Harper attended the meetings in 2003, and then just 2 years later, this relatively unknown man became the Prime Minister of Canada. Chrystia Freeland was here last year, but she is not here this year in attendance. But either way, there are now 2 potential candidates for the Bilderberg pick of our next Prime Minister of Canada.
That was 8 months ago, folks, and here we are now with the 2 picks from Bilderberg as the next contenders for the Liberal leadership of Canada and the next de facto Prime Minister. So we're going to talk about all of that and much more in this video, guys. But really quickly, just before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate if you appreciate my efforts to bring you this info. Guys, here you can do a one-time donation with PayPal. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. You can sign up for a monthly recurring contribution by clicking there or by clicking here. You can send an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca, or you can send stuff to my P.O. box, guys. Links for all of this is located in the description below. Thank you so much to anybody who takes 1 minute today to support my efforts here at Press for Truth. All right, guys, just a couple of weeks ago, I put this one out. Justin Trudeau is out. Here's what you can expect to happen. Where in this video, Dan Dicks of Press for Truth reveals who he thinks will be the next Prime Minister of Canada, while also reminding the viewers that democracy has become an illusion of choice. And obviously, that's where we're at, guys. If a sitting Prime Minister can announce his resignation, and then the Liberal Party is the one who gets to pick the next de facto leader, that has nothing to do with the Canadian people. They are not selecting this man. In fact, it's the Governor General who's going to be the one to decide between Freeland or Carney who's going to become the next Prime Minister, not the Canadian people whatsoever. And if this person ends up winning the election in October, they could technically go on to be the Prime Minister for the next decade or so, completely unselected by the Canadian people. Now, in case you didn't know, guys, this has actually happened before with a man named John Turner back in 1984. Turner had previously been an MP and minister in the governments of Lester B. Pearson and Pierre Trudeau, but after a falling out with Trudeau, Turner vacated his seat back in '76 to go work in the private sector. But then Turner didn't have a seat when he ran and won the Liberal leadership in 1984. He was sworn in as the Prime Minister in June of that year, but he never sat in the House of Commons as Prime Minister. Brian Mulroney's Progressive Conservatives would then win the election just a few months after Turner became Prime Minister. He would win a seat in the election and remain opposition leader until he retired in 1990. So, you know, Canadians have been prepped for this before. We've seen a non-sitting member of parliament, an unelected yet selected man become the de facto prime minister. Now, in this particular situation, you know, he was out within a matter of months. But right now, we've got Chrystia Freeland and Mark Carney. As I said, Bilderberg or Bilderberg, WEF or WEF. That's the new options moving forward. As I said in this video back from December of 2024, Governor Trudeau is done for. Plus, you can't fire me because I quit for now, as I said back then. And a lot of people may have been confused about, you know, saying that this is for now, but it's because I said, you know, meanwhile, Mark Carney is quietly waiting in the sidelines for his moment to shine as the pick, Bilderberg's pick for the next prime minister. And for now, it was the fact that, you know, she was clearly going to be, you know, in the position of being selected for that as well. I mean, look at this video of her admitting to the fact that Mark Carney is her son's godfather. If you don't think, you know, this is one big club, and we're not in it.
I actually have known Mark for a very long time. Both of us are from Northern Alberta. And I think Mark is a great Canadian. I am really glad that he has come out as a Liberal. And I'm grateful for any support he can offer our party, our government, and our country.
Oh, what an outsider.
I speak with Mark often.
About that?
I speak with him often. He's actually my son's godfather.
Oh, yeah. Her son's godfather. What an outsider this man is, right? The guy who's trying to distance himself as much as he can in the lead up to this campaign from Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Again, if you don't think he's being completely controlled by the powers that ought not be and is the next pick, you know, for prime minister, I mean, you got to give your head a shake. And you're probably, you know, curious right now, you know, considering it's coming down to this, you know, what my position is on this man, who a lot of people think is, you know, being slated as the next prime minister of Canada. Well, guys, ever since I confronted this man to his face, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the description below. I've gotten, again, the gut feeling instinct that he will not be the next Prime Minister of Canada. I just do not think that this man is the Bilderberg or WEF selection. And I think they've made it clear now, as I tried to suggest 8 months ago, that these are the two who are going to become the de facto prime minister and then potentially the prime minister for the next decade, as per the choices of the Bilderberg group. So pretty wild situation that we're in here in Canada right now, folks. Again, if you want to see all the footage of this, I'll put links to it in the description below. Chrystia Freeland being caught on video meeting with the Bilderberg group. all the photos of Carney, clearly meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell and the Epsteins. Again, look at this list of, meetings that he's attended at the Bilderberg group, where, as I said, it's, if you just look at this on his Wikipedia page, you would think that he's only been to a few, but he's been to all of these, 2024, 2023, 2022. You just have to click on the participants list, scroll down in the alphabetical name section here, and you'll continue to find him. So this man is far from being a so-called outsider, as he suggested on the John Daly Show, and he's now expected to announce his official bid today, I believe. So literally any minute now from when you may be watching this video. So just wanted to bring it to your attention, guys. The options are Bilderberg or Bilderberg, WEF or WEF. That's what we're faced with moving forward here. So just wanted to once again bring that all to your attention. If you want to see this video here where I predicted exactly everything that we're seeing now 8 months ago, last year in May 30th, while at the Bilderberg meeting, please check the top links in the description below. And once again, guys, if you do appreciate my efforts to bring you this info, don't forget to check me out at pressfortruth.ca/donate. Once again, you can click that top link in the description below on whatever video platform you happen to be watching this video on. And that's all for today, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to click that thumbs up button and share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most. And that's all for today, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming soon, God willing. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.